Welcome back. This is TRUELEON Army Podcast. Coach Dee and I got a special subject today talking about should the woman pick the man with the 40K in the bank and the 401K, 9-to-5 job, or the street hustler with 250K in street cash? What should they do? I don't know. We're going to find out. All right. So today, special show because we're going to bring, instead of just us talking about it, we're going to bring a lot of special guests on to just kind of get their insight and feedback.
Well, from the girl's comment, she's crazy.
So why would you say that?
You'd rather have a street guy than somebody with a 401k. At the end of the day, that street guy can go at any time. And you better hope they don't have nothing on you if you doing moving around foreign. 401k is better.
Now, is it safe to assume you're a little older? Now, is this the same opinion you think you would have had in your younger years?
Yeah.
Okay. So why do you think she adopt that though? And just for our
that's what she's used to seeing.
And yeah, so just for our viewers, so we know. So basically, online there's a thing going around that women are debating on a working man with the 401k in the bank with 40,000, or the gentleman with 250K of street money. Okay, so we'll make it quick. So you disagree with the post that you see there, then, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you go with the 401k. So we got 1-0 right now. So we got 401k guy. Thank you, Ash, for coming on. We just wanted your quick opinion. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ashley. You are great.
All right. So I assume you got the rundown of what we're discussing today. We just wanted to get your insight. If you agree with the debate or disagree with it, or a better question, if you feel you will go for the man with the 40K in the bank or the man with the 250K in street money.
Oh, first of all, definitely no street money. So I'm going with the 40K.
Mm-hmm.
Most people know, street money is fast money, but it ain't good money. My personal, honest opinion, because I have lived that life growing up with my brother in the streets, and my grandfather, made a meal and served 15. So when you know better, you do better. So I already know what that street life is like, and then when you have a nigga that in the streets, then you got to understand that it's stuff that comes with that street money. Like when he get locked up, like, are you really, truly, honestly going to be down? Are you going to put money on the books? Are you willing to go to jail behind all of that stuff? Because he going to need somewhere to keep the product. Okay. Mm-hmm. So a lot of women don't think about that, or some of them do. And the ones who I ain't gonna speak for everybody, because I know a couple of women who deal with street niggas. A lot of people don't think about the long haul. They don't think about the, you live by the gun, die by the done. And that shit truly does happen. You know what I'm saying? On top of when they run up in your house because of something he doing, like, how is that beneficial to you? How is that beneficial to your kids versus we taking that 40 and we truly investing it in something a lot smarter, So a lot of women are here for that quick money. They want that clout. They want that Balenciaga bag that they can't afford on their own. And their mind frame is just messed up. It sound good, look good, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying? So.
And you know what? So I just want to clarify. So when you was younger, you were down for it, but now that you older, you I guess sound like you're a little more wiser when it comes to what you would choose.
I never been down for it. Like I said, I grew up with it because my brother was in the streets from the time he was 14 to the time he got killed. You know what I'm saying? So I seen it. I've seen dope get cut. I've been there. I've been the drop off. I've been the lookout. Like, I did live that lifestyle, and I'm like, why would I want to do this? I had to visit my brother in jail constantly. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember spending Christmas in jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how is that fun? What kind of life is that? Like, I'm free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you on that. And sorry to hear about the loss of your brother. I know you shared that. So why do you think that a lot of, and it's hard to tell from the picture, but I'm assuming she's a young woman. Why do you think a lot of young women go for that? You think it's the culture that pushes that's cool, that's fast, because it's the fast money? Because a lot of times, I know in the past, maybe I'll speak for Derek, our money wasn't where it is now because we was on the grind, working, trying to go to school, take care of kids, doing all this. So you know, a lot of times we had the shitty cars, didn't have the investments, the properties. So some women will go for the brother with the nicer car and all that. But now, as our value increased, a lot of them brothers are MIA and gone, like you said, either in the
Nowhere to be
streets,
found.
yeah, or you know, in the grave, jail, or whatever. So you know, it's like a bad message that the young women are getting what they're going for. But then I can understand why they're going for it because they get that end result of what men normally get to in their 30s and 40s as they take time to establish and get there.
You know,
I
but
think a
even with
lot
that, how
of
many? Go ahead, Q.
Derek. Oh, okay. I think now our generation versus this new generation coming up. Um, Sad to say, a lot of younger men and women, they have no drive, they have no ambition. Nobody's teaching them about investments. Nobody's teaching them about the long term because social media definitely is hyping up the now. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking at, oh, okay, if I take that 40 that this man got and I invest in something bigger, yeah, in a couple of years, I could have that 250 and it break money. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have no worries. All we worried about is, you know, where's our next trip going to be? You know, stuff like that. But this younger generation, COVID didn't help. People quit. The government caught itself trying to help out, but in reality, you know, I took my money that they was giving us and I invested more into my own business that I already had. I invested in a home gym. You know, I started putting that money into myself. So this new generation, they're not being taught, you know what I'm saying, how to invest in themselves 100%. Because the investment that they making now, somebody said this to me, every girl under the age of 30 looks the same. You have your lashes on, you have your wigs on. Now we in these BBLs. Everybody looks the same. The investment is totally different. But how many of them can pull up and say they got stock, life insurance, renter's insurance, car insurance, like stuff like that? Like nobody's teaching these things to this younger generation. It's all about the now.
Hmm. I call it the microwave thinking, whereas we want something quick and fast. But listen, I thank you, Q, for hopping on and giving your input. We'll definitely post it here within a day or two. But thank you. You have anything else you want to add before we let you out?
Yes, I want you to tune because Moves Global, we're going to be doing our podcast as well. It's called Vicious Head Game, and I will be heading that up myself.
All right.
So
All right.
return
Well,
the favor.
all right. We'll be on. Thank you.
Appreciate you,
Thank
Q.
you. Thank you, Daddy.
I'm doing all right.
Now,
Let's.
Drew, I'm
Yeah.
gonna roll the red carpet out for this one.
Okay.
Hey, when I say honestly, this is like one of a near and dear person. I mean, stupid close to me, but has really got a lot of insight
Mm-hmm.
on this very topic, man. And words cut like a two-edged sword, man. She slick with it. She quick with it. Ladies and gentlemen, Rashida.
All right.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. All right. So of course, you're aware of what we're discussing. There's a debate going on online if a woman should pick the man who has the 40K in the bank or the man with the 250K of street money.
Mm-hmm. I go with the working man.
Okay. Why is that?
I've been with the street man. I've been there with the 250K. It goes and it goes fast.
Okay.
There's no reason a woman should want to limit herself like that.
Mm-hmm.
You should always want to be optimistic and have more cool for yourself because you never know with that street man you can go down with him and
Mm-hmm.
end your whole life. So I mean, I'd rather deal with the 40K and be able to make something larger
Mm-hmm.
and go further in life because we can flip that 40.
For sure, definitely. If you're wise. So I'm assuming it was
Hey,
in your younger years when you was with the guy with the street money, right? And,
Okay.
and whoever we just had come on, we'll bring you on in just a moment. We're just giving them like Rashida just a few moments, and then we'll have you come on next. So if you continue to mute yourself, we'll bring you on shortly. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
hey,
Of course.
Rashida, share just a little bit of your life experience, not in great detail, but just kind of some of the things that you have seen, you know, as you transition from being a younger woman to now a more mature woman.
As a younger woman, I wanted everything fast right now. Go, 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 go. Now, I'm more mature. I want things slow and I want it for longevity. Back then, I didn't know what longevity was. I only knew what right now was. Look good, shine. I always wanted to, be the best out of everybody. Now, I want to be undercover. I don't want nobody to see me. I want to be able to move and groove and get through. I don't even want to go to the grocery store and see nobody I know.
Mm. I feel it. So now that you're older and now your younger years, you made that decision. So now, do you have the man with the 40K? Just assuming.
No, I'm
Okay.
single right now.
Okay. So made it. So do you think your decision to get in the street man made it harder now, given that you're older? Because a lot of times, and in the posting, the girl talk about how the man with the 40K is the boring guy, probably because he ain't spending the money to go out and do all that. But a lot of times they don't get their recognition until they become the Jeff Bezos, the top of the line real estate guy with a few $1 million portfolio, where now they could take their woman out the country and do all that. Back in the day, the woman would be lucky to go to McDonald's, but the street guy was able to buy them the Gucci, buy them all that. And what happens is a lot of times them girls get pregnant by those dudes, or they end up getting ran through by these guys. So a lot of the guys who got passed up when they was grinding, now they don't want to deal with it. I sent my wife something yesterday, and it was great. But it said a woman's loyalty is a man when he doesn't have anything. It's tested when a man doesn't have nothing, and a man's loyalty is tested when he has everything. Because a lot of times, like, well, my wife, we've been together so long, she was with me when I didn't have anything, and to be with me when I build, it's easier for me to appreciate that grind of somebody who was there, who's seen the vision. Because the earlier caller made a good point that we have a lot of young men who don't, how can I say, they don't push themselves. They don't have that motivation. And women can see that. They could be like, okay, you may not, because there's a difference between having nothing and being nothing. Just because you have nothing don't mean you're not nothing. That means you're just on the grind to get there. And a woman can see that. But if you're actually nothing, like you living with your woman, you ain't on no grind, you got no plans. I can see the woman going towards the fast money. Like, I'm gonna go for this guy. Because a lot of street guys, to me, are technically have a great business acumen. They have that ability to be able to work for themselves and make money and think outside the box. So I understand why people go for that. Is just, unfortunately, everything that come with it is, as you said earlier, it comes easy, it goes easy, and it boom, it's gone.
But you know what, Drew? I want to speak to that part, because generally to get a business started, it takes money. So a lot of the guys that are in the streets, they have that lump sum right then and there. They have that initial investment. That's what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
It boils down to just having that initial investment to even get the business up off the ground. And then as they see that money is starting to equate to being legal, then they go ahead and turn that feather on over to being legal now. But
Right.
That's really all it is. Whether you are in the streets, whether you are somebody that's legal, it's that initial bump, pretty much, that we all need in order to start a business or to kind of be legit. So I can see on both ends from just that aspect.
For sure. And Rashida, we thank you for coming on. We got other people that's calling in, but we're going to revisit this again, because you sound like you got a lot to add to it. But I want to thank you for coming on today. Okay.
Thanks, Rashida. You are the best.
Really, I don't know if you can zoom out a little bit, but kind of hard to see you.
I am so sorry. First, I didn't know that I was about to be on camera. I don't want to be on camera, if that's okay.
Yeah. There you go. Boom. Do it that way.
There we go.
All right. So, are you familiar with the subject that we're discussing today?
Yeah, I think Mike dropped it about the 401k situation.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts on it?
What would I prefer, or what would I go after? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Or what are my thoughts?
Well,
first, and keep it a buck with us.
Yeah, super. Be 100 honest. So what would you prefer? Let's start there.
You said the man has 40,000 in the bank in a 401k, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other guy just has 250,000 street cash.
Correct.
At this point in my life, I'm taking a 250 street cash, and I'm gonna tell you why.
All right.
Nice.
A lot of people don't even have $250,000 in their 401k when it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough for me. Reason enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a numbers person. So if we talking about the money aspect, that's what I'm going with, because that's just it, and that's all. You might have 150,000 in there. You might even have 200,000 in there, whatever. But I'm taking the 250,000 cash if we're talking about money.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking about me being a woman that desires to be married at some point in her life and have a family and et cetera, then yeah, I would absolutely date a man with $40,000 in the bank and a 401k, because the average a lot of Americans don't even have $1,000 in the bank. So this man got something going on to where he's able to save and take care of himself and his family and whatever else. But like, from surface value, if somebody said right now in my face, bro, pick 40,000 in the bank and a 401k or 250 street cash, I'm taking the 250 street cash if we talking about the money aspect. Yes.
I mean,
What about the listeners?
it's all aspects. I mean, because when you take that 250, that comes with something as well, because you have to understand what they had to do to get that money. So you accept that moral obligation as well, because you know how many families get destroyed when people make those selfish decisions. Is that cool with you too?
Yeah, so another thing, I was just actually having a similar conversation with someone about that. Like, where do we draw the line of, morality, what's right and what's wrong with certain things? Like, we were talking about like rape victims and people that sell drugs, like people that go to jail for rape versus people that go to jail for selling drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Nobody asked for rape. Motherfuckers asked for drugs.
But what if we're killing people in doing so?
And,
You're
and not
absolutely right.
and not even just killing people. We have to understand that these drugs are engineered. So a lot of people who want to break away from that can't, because they're dependent on
Absolutely.
that. And just think of the many families that are destroyed, of all the other finances and things that people can't do because they're strung out on something. So we have a selfish individual whose priority is to make so much money that they make it on the backs of tearing down families. A lot of times they sell it to their own community. So you
Hmm.
cool with all that, long as he got the money, you cool. So what happens when he go to jail? What do you do? Do you stay with him, or do you go for the dude with the 40K now?
Right. What's the backup plan?
I guess that would just depend on. Well, I guess if we talking about, like, I was going to say, I guess that would depend on the depth of our relationship. Like, currently, like, I just got out of a relationship. I'm on the camera now because we talking.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't nitpick what you're okay with in a situation. If you're gonna be okay with a situation, you gotta be okay with the whole everything. You know what I mean? Like, what comes with it. Now, if I've been with someone for a while and I know what they have going on, and we've been together for however long and we love each other and all of that, just because you go to jail don't mean that I'm gonna say F you. Now, we
He
might
get
have
he
to
get
come.
he get 30 years. You still feel that way?
I was gonna say, now we might have to come to some type of common ground of what we gonna do with this time and
Mm-hmm.
how we're going to arrange things. Yeah, I'll answer the phone. Yeah, I'll call, whatever you need. Yeah, you're gonna be taken care of, whatever. But am I gonna say no, I'm never gonna date again? Absolutely not.
Mm.
And I feel like that would be selfish on his behalf too. Like, let's just say if something happened to me, like some regular shit. I don't know. Let's just say I got into a fight or something and hit the person the wrong way and they died. I can't tell you not to go and date somebody now that I got 20 years. I mean, yeah, we had a connection and everything, and I would hope that you will hold me down as far as a friendship and being there for me. But being selfish and saying, no, I don't want you to date, absolutely not. No.
Well, and not so much as saying somebody controlling you from the inside, saying you can't date or anything like that. But at that point, who do you go for? Do you go for the guy with the 40K, or do you go find another street dude?
Yeah, it's time. It's time to make some changes after that. I feel like
So now we go with the backup. So now let's say you get there.
I wouldn't say that it's a backup. It's about
Yeah,
growth,
it's
man.
definitely
That's a
backup.
backup. That's a plan
Yeah,
B.
and then the 40K
Safe.
guy now gonna say fuck you.
Because it's not like
Well, okay.
you
This
didn't
is what I'll
say
say.
I'm gonna get another
Yeah.
street dude. You
This is
said
this
I'm
is what
Right.
I'll say.
Now him.
yeah.
I was
No.
gonna say this is what
No.
this is what I'll say. Number one, you learn from things in your life, you know, and if you
Right.
don't, then you crazy as hell from not learning from the experiences.
For
Number
sure.
one,
I agree with
and
that.
then number two, whoever approaches me, if another street nigga approach me and he treats me well, that's what I'm gonna go with. If the $40,000
Strictly right.
nigga approaches me and he treats me well, that's what I'm gonna go with. I don't have like. You know how some bitches be getting on the podcast these days and be like, "Oh, I ain't dating no nigga that make $100,000." Like I don't roll like that. I roll with whatever comes face value. Like I'm not like I'm not
Can I ask a question?
focused on the street nigga. You know what I mean? Like whoever is doing what I like for me is what I'm going to rock with.
Right, but can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
So you do realize if a person is netting 100,000, that's damn good money. And if you really sit down and factor what a street nigga make, the 250,
Mm-hmm.
that 250 is of course non-taxed. So that's strike one right there. That's why most of them go get the damn hammer dropped on them. You get 200 hard cash, ain't paid not a bit of tax on it, and Uncle Sam on his piece. But 100,000 netted, bringing home. That is, hold on, man. I because that'd be bad for me. That
$100,000
women
is
don't.
$274 a day. Period.
Nah, that's almost $4,000 every 2 weeks. You telling me?
Yeah, she right. That's what she said. She just broke it down by the day.
Broke it down.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you looking at almost 4 bands every 2 weeks. How much fucking living is it that you would that a female would choose the street guy over the 4 bands every 2 week guy?
You gotta have them conversations with people. There's motherfuckers like me. I'm a dancer. I make way over $100,000 a year, and I live through that shit. You feel me? My rent is $3,000 a month. My car note is $400 a month. I got big girl bills. So when you make more money, you have more money, more problems. You make more money, you got more shit. You know what I mean? Not all the time, but in some aspects. Now I might not go buy a $5,000 purchase because I can, but I like to live in nice shit. So that's what I'm gonna put my money towards. So yeah, people do run through that money. Absolutely. Yeah, they do. It is a lot of living out here to live.
Yeah, I agree. No, let me ask you this. So I just want to recap. So you'll pick the street dude because we're talking about the money. But if you go to jail, he die or anything, at that point, first you said you'll go for the guy who got, the more safe and secure guy at that point, right?
Yes.
But if another street dude were to approach you, you'll go for that too.
Yeah, so if I liked him, whoever.
Well, we're gonna assume that whoever comes at you before you move forward, you like them. So we'll assume that. But I'm saying that you wouldn't take, because you said it's all about learning and lessons. So you wouldn't take that lesson and say, hey, if this person lost their life or they're in jail, would you be willing to submit yourself through that again, possibly of losing? What if you have a child or anything? And now, let's say you dance now. How hard would that be to now if you got children by somebody who's in the grave? To be, and now
that's super hard. That's literally like my mother's situation, like me. Like my father was the street dude, whatever, and he's been incarcerated for 28 years now.
Sorry to hear that.
After, you know, when my mother decided to move on, she got with my stepfather. I hate to even call him that because that's my dad, for real. You know what I mean? She got with my stepfather. He's an engineer that worked for Honda of America. You know what I mean? It's not, I don't think, well, what I was going to say is, I don't think people just go after whatever, but no, that's not the case, because I ain't going to lie, these bitches is wild these days. Whoever got whatever is what they going for. But I just feel like there's lessons to be learned. Like I said, if she would have met another street nigga after that, hopefully she would have hollered at him like, hey, this was my experience with my last relationship. I don't like this, it's not. We need to figure you out something to do. Take whatever money you got and invest it in this, and that. And if you don't like that, then I got to cut, because you ain't growing and I ain't growing with you. You know what I mean? But I'm not for job shaming people. My thing with people and money is, get your money however you gonna get it. Just make your money work for you and get out of whatever the hell you got going on. You know what I mean? So just because I were to meet another street dude and something tragic happened to me, I wouldn't be like, oh nigga, I'm cool on you. But I'm definitely gonna let you know, like, A, B, and C happened, and this is my story, and I'm not rocking with such and such no more. If you are willing to work on some things or change some things or grow, then let's do that. But if not, I might not be able to see the relationship through.
And let me ask you this. We'll close with this one. So let's say the scenario, you with the street dude died, or he in prison for a long time. Let's say you got 2 kids by the guy. Now every street dude that approach you or you try to get with, unfortunately embodies the same energy. So with what you just said, you're not gonna go with that if they do, because it's like a lesson, right? So now let's say you try to go for the more secure guy. Let's say he makes 6 figures, got a good engineer like your step pops. Now he say, "Hey man, you got 2 kids by another nigga. I'm cool. Like I'm cool. I don't want to.
I agree.
I'd rather go get the young one fresh out of college who doing her thing.
He ain't wrong.
He ain't wrong.
He ain't wrong.
So do you think at that point you would have regretted making that move?
No, because shit, you gotta call a spade a spade. I tell people all the time, like, look, like I was telling my homegirl the other day, like, bitch, you keep having all these motherfucking kids, and you think that you about to meet somebody, and they ain't gonna.
Yeah, it's hard on society, because it's like
it's
another
people,
man. Like and it's cool for your step pops to take care of another man's seed. A lot of men don't do that.
Yeah, he's not wrong for that. Even me right now, I don't have any children or anything, and in my most recent relationship, he did have children, and the mom wasn't really around like that, so I kind of gravitated to the child. But now that I'm out of that situation, I don't want no niggas with no kids no more. Don't come to me with no kids, please. I don't want it. So no, he wouldn't be wrong. Don't be coming up over here now trying to make me play Captain Save-A-Ho because you done had this nigga kids and you want me to. No, absolutely not. I'm young. I don't have any children. I don't want no extra baggage, and that's fine. The only people that be butthurt about shit like that is the people that have the baggage. You know what I mean?
For sure. I agree with that. I think having the baggage make it worse.
You only mad because that's what you got going on. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna fault somebody for not want to fuck with somebody that has children and they don't? And even if they did have 1 kid, you come with 3, they like, maybe I don't want 4. I ain't never plan on having 4 kids for real. So
sign up for this.
Yeah, and most times it's easier for men with kids to move on than it is for women, because most times they're not the custodial parent. But it's something to consider. And just to close, how old are you again?
28.
28. All right, you still young. You got a little time. About to hit 30 soon. So definitely something to consider.
About to hit 30 soon. So we gonna see.
All right. Well, listen, Rel, thank you. Israeli, is that how you say it?
Rel.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining, and we'll be posting this soon. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for having me. You guys have a good day.
You too.
Have a fantastic day.
All right, we got ToneCaponeOhio on. This guy right here. All right, let's make sure you unmuted. Can you hear us?
Hell yeah, what's going on?
All right, man. So ToneCapone. So we got a different thing, man. So I sent you the subject matter, and you're aware of what we're discussing. Did you hear the last caller?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I was hearing everything she said.
Okay, so what do you think, man? Like you think like you think the woman should go for the street nigga or go for the man, you know, going the slow pace? Or what you thinking?
Personally, I think. I mean, a street guy is more popping and more fun activity, but it gets serious with a street dude. You feel me? A lot of girls want a street dude, but can't take that pressure. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That come with that $250,000 a year or whatever they make, and so you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. But a real, you know what I'm saying, like a woman that's working a 9 to 5, working hard for her money, like a RN or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
She's not really gonna want to prefer a street guy because the bag is, that bag could be spent on jail time, lawyers, and all types of other different things. Like, yeah, you're gonna get Louis Vuitton and all this stuff, and that's just items that always could be replaced. You know what I'm saying? And just like what your guy said, it's all about the tax write-offs and stuff like that. Like that shit gets serious, and I mean it depends on whatever the woman is on for real. But I just think most women will go for a guy that got 150. I mean, the 100,000. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Just because the bag is secure, he's working.
Mm-hmm.
He's guaranteed to get a paycheck every week. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just certain things that come with that. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just to be secured and humble and like a regular human being, not thinking about no fantasy world, thinking about their dreams too is also what the guy's going through. Like, the dude gonna always have a bag, but if a woman's making that bag and the dude living under her, the situation's gonna be changed. You feel me?
Well,
Like,
that's a whole different. So that's a second
Yeah, a whole
childhood
different
for a
ball
man.
game right there.
Yeah, and what I'm thinking is like for men, who decide to go that route. Or let me step back. When you talked about it being boring or whatever, like how
right?
women may view it, a lot of times, in the younger years, that man who's grinding, let's say going to school or even doing a legitimate business, hustling in the legal ways to try to get his money right, he don't have the time and the resources to maybe go buy his girl a Belkin bag or take her out the country and do all
Facts.
this or go out all the time. So she may be like, oh, that's boring. I don't want to just chill and do all that. Because I guarantee, let me ask somebody right quick. Hold up. Just let them know. Hey, whoever just came in, just hang on. We'll bring you on in a few minutes. But I think a lot of times the people will have this notion that it's boring, but really, can you
You're
call Jeff Bezos boring? You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like I bet when Jeff Bezos was back grinding, he was grinding in his parents' garage. Mark
Yeah,
Zuckerberg, all them people who reached that pinnacle, or a lot of the real estate investors I know, a lot of these
yeah,
people was like had low incomes and were sitting there grinding and struggling. I
work hard.
guarantee they could do anything over any of these street dudes can do and hold on to that for a long
Yeah,
time. So I think the notion of somebody being boring is because what they can and can't do. Because a lot of times these young women, just like the one before, she young, her thought process is, oh, get the money as fast, but they don't think
mm,
about the moral obligation. They don't think about how, and she was
the
lucky
risk
enough to
come with it.
have a stepdad come in and step in the picture. Most times that ain't the case. So when
Right.
I think about the broken family hurts our community more than anything. So when cats take that selfish route and say, hey, I'm gonna get this quick, fast money, they don't think about all the families they're destroying, or even their family. If they have children or woman and they get taken away or taken out of here, it's like, damn, your impact is gone. So yeah, you
Exactly.
probably had that good few years of fun. I could, get my woman 5,000. Here you go. She may love that shit, but when them feds come in and kick down the door, or some other hoodlums come and run you down or anything, because that's the life you accept when you make those steps.
Exactly.
That's what come along with it. And like you said, it's very serious. So
Hell
I
yeah.
hate that connotation when they say somebody's not fun. Is that to me? Like I said earlier, it's a difference between somebody who is nothing and who have nothing. And I
Mhm.
know there's a time where I was on my grind. And I told my woman when I first got with her, this is what I'm on. This is what I'm doing. And
Right.
if you want it, cool. If not, I'm gonna go to the next one. So I gave
Exactly.
her the option to be able to stay with me and like, hey, and then it took me years to build up to be able to take her out the country and take her on stuff and do stuff and make moves. And this is still only the beginning. So
Yeah,
I just feel like I hate that connotation that comes with saying somebody boring. It's like, nah,
about
they just
boring.
grinding. They just
Yeah,
grinding, they going. But you get that quick and fast stuff
the
now.
females don't be liking that though. They don't like the they impatient with this shit. You feel me? Like especially when you definitely chasing after what you want to go for. You feel me? Like me, I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? It takes years and years to come with this shit. You can't just wake up overnight and be like, oh, I want to be a hip hop artist. Like you know, it's so much work that comes into this shit. Like people just don't understand. Like you gotta have so much with this shit. You know, features, press, getting blogs done, paying for cover arts, paying for a lot of different things, and people don't understand what comes with that. When you spending your last dollars on music and you got family to feed and all that, most people would just give up. Like, nah, you know what? I'm not putting no money into my dreams. But if you don't invest into yourself, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah, and that comes with any passion that you have that's doing it the right way. A lot of times people don't realize that you may be putting your all, you may be putting it out
Right.
there, going at a loss. And same thing with my podcast. Coach D and I, we ain't make nothing yet. Coach D fell off. He'll call back in. But a lot of times we don't have that opportunity to be able to make that coin or do that. So hold up, he coming back on. Let me get him back on. All right, there you go.
But
But
to answer that question, the answer, my bad, I
go
didn't
ahead.
mean to cut you.
Go ahead.
But to answer that question though, I think the majority of women would take a guy that's working a regular 9 to 5 because it's more secure at the end of the day. You know what I mean? They're gonna get everything they desire with that 250K, but you don't know how long that shit gonna last for. You know what I mean? That shit can go from here to all the way back down again. You feel
Yeah,
me?
back to zero. And I think a lot of women are
What
starting
they
to
gonna do when they go back to zero? All
right.
right.
Try to go
What
for the
another
guy who been
250?
building. And that's what we
Yeah.
was telling her.
Yeah.
Like you can play that game, but most guys gonna be like, I'm cool. Like
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
want to take care of this nigga's kids that's in
But,
jail for
but let's
30
stop.
years.
Yeah, but let's stop calling it 250K though. Let's keep it a buck. Buddy living off every cent of that money. So all out, as I'm listening and listening to our callers, I hear a lot of fun. I hear a lot of, oh, I can live my best life, this, and this. But
Right.
you do realize you still gotta pay a light bill, a DPNL bill. Not to mention, if you're willing to if you're willing to deal with this street guy, what about the other chicks that he might have? I ain't
Right.
trying to hate or break bro code. But Buddy got to supply that same lifestyle. So if he got a main wifey, this side bitch over here want the same thing wifey want. So when he buy the Birkin over here, he got to buy the Birkin over here. When he buy the Lexus over here, he got to buy the Lexus over here. Or she gonna expose every bit of their situation, man. So at what point, like all I keep hearing is fun, but I'm like, that 250 really ain't 250. Because you got, buddy, you living on every cent of it. You can't put it in the bank.
Nope.
So you got to move. You're trying to live. The 250 guy's trying to live the 40K guy. When you can just be the 40K guy and put some money into something, go legit, be the 40K guy. If I got 40K in my account, that means I'm living well.
Right.
That don't mean I'm living off 40K. I got 40K sitting. Man, come on, boy, these bitches around here got me fucked up. I got 40K sitting. Girl, bye.
Right.
Hey, you don't want to fuck with me? Guess what? Don't worry about it, because I'm gonna probably get your best friend, fuck with her, and I'm gonna take that motherfucker to every continent that we want to go to. And then when you turn around and look up, you're gonna be like, God damn, why didn't I fuck with him? Like, girl, hey, beat the streets, baby. Sidewalk ain't crowded.
And the cycle goes on.
I be hearing, I be hearing out, man. I'm hearing our callers and. Man, what the fuck wrong with them, man? They better learn how to do basic mathematics.
But Tone,
Ain't
listen,
shit
man.
crazy.
Hey, thank you for coming on, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the next caller in, man. Thank you, bro.
All right, hey, Tone
It's all
Capone.
love,
Been a
man.
pleasure, my guy.
It's all love.
All
Hey,
right,
I
bro.
gotta try my stuff out. Hey, let me say my talk real quick.
Go ahead.
Make sure y'all go to that new single, man. That new ToneCaponeOhio, man, on YouTube, man. I'm gonna check that out. That Long Days, you did.
I'm gonna edit it in right here.
In the Dodge Charger, that's a NASCAR. Pull up at Speedway, got a fast car. Catching the play that day by day, catching the play that day by day. ToneCaponeOhio, the fans said I'm doing great. Yeah, they notice me. Yeah, they notice me. Yeah.
You heard it first.
All right.
All right, y'all have a blessed one.
You too.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So I assume you got the rundown, bro. So we kind of getting like mixed responses on it. You know, should a woman date the guy with the 40K in the bank or the man with the 250K of street money? So what you thinking?
I mean, if she a woman that got any sense, she going longevity.
Okay.
Why would you date the man that got 250,000 and he can go to jail tomorrow? Everything I got going down the drain. Right? The working man if he got 40,000 in the bank, that bankroll just gonna keep growing because he's always gonna be able to make money because he ain't gonna get locked up. Fine. See what I'm saying? So, I mean, you got young women, you got some women that's older. That's what they go for. They go for the drug dealer.
So why you think that's the case though?
Huh?
Why you think that's the case? Like it's like the consensus we've been getting is that the young girls go for the cats with the fast money, but the older women who did that are now coming to the point like, oh nah, we don't want to. We want the safe route now.
Well, I think it's mostly young women who go for the drug dealer because they see the fast life. They see the Birkin bags. They see the jewelry, bills paid for without asking. You know, just not saying. I ain't even saying a working man can't do that. This working man that can do the same thing. Just because you work a 9 to 5 don't mean you broke.
Right, for sure. I mean, having 40K, like Coach Dee just said, if a man got 40K in the bank, that means he saved that on top of his daily expenses, all the things he has to do, maybe whatever. He's able to save that. That's 40K in the bank means he saved that. So, you know, like you said, bro, it don't mean he broke. But the mentality is that just because he ain't broke don't mean he gonna take that money and buy the Birkin bag or get you a trip every week or buy you a Lexus. Yeah, he may buy you a Honda.
Yeah,
and make that shit work.
They know. I think they know that because I guess they look at it like some younger women look at dope dealers like they more frivolous with their money. You know, they more careless with it. Because they know it's coming fast and they gonna get it back. As opposed if you work the whole week and you made this amount of money, you're not gonna rush to just throw it out the window. So I think they peaked that too.
You know, I want to set a difference, man, because I mean, there's drug dealers who I think are very frugal, man. Who are because I mean, like a lot. If they got the 250, this ain't your run of the mill street corner guy. This is a guy who's like trying to build an empire, who has to me the business acumen to actually be a CEO of a company, because they're literally a street CEO and the CEO of a company all worry about the same thing. The difference is somebody's moving an illegal product that carries a moral obligation versus somebody maybe doing something else. And not saying there's some legal companies who do some sketchy stuff like real drug companies, but that's a whole different podcast. I think that in some ways that may be attractive to women. Like, man, this dude out here making money. He's saving. You know, he doing this and he's really putting back. He making big money. And a lot of times that may not be flashy. I think that's the normal connotation we apply to that, because it's the reason they go for it sometimes. I think a lot of times is because, and we haven't focused on this, but I think it could be the business acumen. It could be like, damn, this brother can make moves. Because a lot of times, let's say the guy with the 40K in the bank and the 401K, this is the guy who has to work, go to 9 to 5. He's reporting to somebody else. Let's say he may never desire to own his own business or have that type of business acumen. Clocking in and taking breaks and being told when he can go on a vacation may be the life for him. And some women just ain't attracted to that, no matter what. So I want to make sure we put that in there too. Go ahead.
Right, but I do want to add this: the street guy, if you're not the plug, you're just an Indian. You're not the chief. You still got to go and get it from somebody. So it's not like you're the one calling the shots. You're still being told what to do. You know,
Well, yeah.
there's still a cap to how much you can make because you got to come from me. You got to come get it from me so you can do you. So there still is a cap
to you to
to
connect though. So
how much. Hey, stop it. There still is a cap to how much you can make, and then even in it, I think it boils down to um, the wit, the integrity of the guy that's out here, rolling. Are you out here rolling for these hoes? Are you out here rolling for the glitz and the glam? Are you out here rolling for the chains, the rings, and the bangs? What you doing? What you doing it for? Because if you hustling just to be a showboat, then you dumb as fuck. Because there's been 1,001,000,000 of us that's done got jammed up, locked up, that did that. So at what point do you also jump in the streets if that's your desire and realize I gotta do this shit for a reason. I gotta do this shit as a means to get out of the circumstances that I'm in. And I think that women sometimes they get lost in translation and don't understand that. Because women will be quick to call a guy broke, the street guy broke, because he ain't. You want the Birkin, you want the Chanel, No.
Yep.
He like, nah, baby, I got shit I'm trying to do. I'm about to go buy these 10 dump trucks and say fuck this, and say fuck these streets.
Right.
So it's so, man, that line is so fickle, man. But then again, a lot of the women are, and the crazy thing is, a lot of the women that fall for it be the ones that ain't never had shit. So you're gullible, you're easy, and a lot of them niggas in the streets is fucking sharks, and they like this. Ooh, that motherfucker 19 ain't got no kids, ain't she bad? She Moroccan and black. Boy, I'm finna rock this motherfucker's world. Hey, baby, let's go to Egypt. You hear me? Let's go to Egypt, baby. Come on. And then black people got turned on to what's the one that you enjoyed went to, Drew?
You told we just went to Jamaica?
Nope, the other one. The one
Dubai?
when you was Dubai.
Dubai? Yeah.
Oh man, we love to take a Dubai trip. Like, if you don't get the fuck out of here, man. There's people that, hey, man, these motherfuckers have been in Dubai, boy, years and years and decades before we thought about doing that shit. Go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, no lie,
They
though,
get that
Dubai did build up and get hot over the past few years, and that's
Yeah,
why a lot of people want to
but
go there.
but Dubai was a status trip.
Yeah.
Dubai wasn't like, oh, I'm going to Dubai. Dubai was a status trip.
They've been going ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, come on, man, stop it. Tell me something different. Talk about something different. Tell me you took your bitch to Atlantis and y'all stayed underwater. Oh, God damn, you did what? I swear to God, I'm about to start hustling tonight.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, man, like you said, everything that come with it, man, it's like it's quick and fast, and growing up, I was fortunate enough to have my mother and father, and they always told me, last thing you ever want to do is be in a prison or have your freedom taken from you or being told when you could do something in this. And I ain't even gonna lie, being in the military was like that. Being in training, shit, man, motherfuckers tell you when to do everything. And it sucks. And I only imagine doing some shit like that and not getting paid for it. So, and then having a whole record, all because I'm trying to, and this is the sad part. Once you get into that life and you get you a record, you can't go be the 40K man more than likely. Now you have to stay in that life or find a outside hustle because you can't even adjust back, which I think there's problems with our, with our system on how we help convicts.
Our criminal system, our judicial system. Yes.
Help transition back.
All that. Yes, I agree.
But it just sucks that in our culture we've been so conditioned with our young women to go towards that. And a lot of brothers who wouldn't even be into it go into it because they want the women, they want all that. And I realize, like, man, if I just grind, stay focused, man, I could get the best of the best. It's just going to take me longer to get to where they are.
Yes.
And like I said earlier, a woman's loyalty is tested when a man don't have nothing. Because every chick that we talked about who said they was with a street dude or had a street dude or in that scenario, all said they would be gone if he was in jail. Of course, if he died, they'll be gone. And you got to think, like, so now when he basically has nothing, you gone. You already saying you want to go see other guys. You want to do this. And it's just like, damn, he took all this money, he spent it on you.
I can see the jail part. Once you go to jail, If I went to jail, I mean, that's kind of like, okay, if you go to jail, right? You incarcerated.
Mm-hmm.
You being broke and you out and you free and you broke. Once you go broke and they decide to go ahead and cut ties because you don't have nothing to offer them no more, that's different than you going to jail.
Oh, right, because a lot of
To
them go to
me.
jail, don't be
To me.
broke. Yeah, I agree with that too. I mean, hell.
I mean, you get 15, 20 years. I mean, you almost got to expect her to move on. I won't want my. If I love her, I don't want her to. You know what I mean? I want to live her life. I really love her.
I get that. I 100% get that, and I stated that to the young lady as well. But the thing is, we also have to accept that. Let's say if this woman got your kids now. Now, so will you expect another dude to come here and take care of your kids because you made those decisions?
Right.
It's fucked up, you know. And most dudes who got any sense, because I tell females all the time, it's never hard for a female to get a man. They can get slept with anytime. That ain't hard. But get a man, be like, yo, I'm gonna be with you. I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna give you my last name, and it ain't no shitty last name. This is a name that's gonna carry weight. And we building, man. You can't get that to any woman. So men control the access to marriage. Women control the access to sex. So women can get that anytime they want. They don't give a fuck. They can be like, I want you. And the dude will be like, cool, but that's all I'm gonna get you for. You know, I'm not gonna give you my last, I'm not gonna build with you. Definitely if you got a bunch of kids and I see that the pattern of dudes you chose live this type of lifestyle. So it's like, damn, so when I didn't have it, you didn't give me the time of day. You didn't want to come my way. But now that I do have it, now you want me to take you out the country and spend money on you? Nah, I'd rather be with the one who was with me when I was building. I'm cool.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Kobe said it best. Ricky Rose said it best. And I couldn't agree more with these two gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. I think
you got a line with me.
Go ahead, Rashad. What you about to say?
That's a plus, man. If you ever was to, I ain't gonna say lose it all, but go to the point where like, man, I ain't got it. I can't do this. The things you accustomed to doing, things she accustomed to you doing with her, and you for some reason can't do it, or it ain't you ain't got it like that no more. And she loved you. And she stay there. That's love right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people don't realize like the woman, let's say Jeff Bezos was with, you know, he was operating out of his grandparents' uh garage, and he was like driving an old school Honda. Him and his woman was struggling. Now when they eventually ended up getting into divorce, but he had zero problem splitting everything with her. Even if she was watching the kids or whatever, because it was just like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't be here. And just to shout out, you know, tomorrow I'm doing a review on the 5 love languages for men, which kind of points about that. It's a book, just a book review. But it just points out that, like I said, with relationships, we need to concentrate more on it. And the purpose of this whole episode was just to see the hypocrisy in the women want the quick, fast, this and that. And they all, what they all majority have in common are young. Because as they get older, all the older women we had on was just like, I'm not even, I couldn't even be interested in it.
I get asked that. I get asked if they don't know me, they don't know I got 9 to 5, or they don't know what I do. The first thing they ask you is what you do for a living. Because they don't want to be, you think some of these women want a dope dealer. They want a guy who they ain't got to worry about going to jail or getting shot or killed. Exactly. That's what they want.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to deal with that shit.
I was surprised. I'm like, they asked me like, what do you do for a living? Because if you say you hustle, because she was like, they said, I was gonna say, if you said you hustle, I'm cool on you.
Right. But imagine 10 years ago, let's say 10, 15 years ago, we older, I can't speak for you, but say 15 years ago, so you say that shit, man, girl be fucking squirting everywhere, like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, they love it. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's New Jack City right here. We used to call them speaker geekers. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a nice sound system, your rims nice, car nice and shit. You used to get the females.
They know what year car for you though.
Oh hell yeah, bro! They be like, oh shit,
that's a '96 Impala right there.
It's sad now though. And nowadays, it's sad if you got a nice car, you got jewelry on, you dress nice, you automatically sell dope. They don't care what you say. You can take them to your job and sit them down, take them to wherever you work. bring and let them meet the boss, and they still swear you sell dope.
Mm-hmm.
If you got anything nice now, especially in date, you got anything that's remotely nice, he sells dope.
Yeah, because a lot of brothers don't invest or save their money or really, buy quality stuff without living that type of lifestyle. So that's unfortunate is what it come with. But I feel like if you have to overprove yourself, man, that just ain't the woman for you. Because if a woman can't believe I'm a cybersecurity analyst or, that I make this money legit and I got my business, why would I? When I'm about to go through and prove to you, hey, go do whatever.
They'll ball their face up at you.
They could do whatever they want, man.
Hey, listen, they can suck a fat baby dick, as far as I'm concerned. But my brother's so right, man. It's been plenty of times that we've been out, and girls will ask me like, "He sell drugs?" Or they'll be like, "I thought he sold drugs." I'm like, "Man, they got a 9 to 5. He worked. Like, he worked." I'm like, "He don't do no contract work." I was like,
"That's how dating is, though."
Yeah, you do. I mean, like, it's so amazing, man.
That's what I used to do too, man. Contractor, man. That's where the money be at right there, man.
They don't understand. Like it's like dope dealer. Why would you sell dope when you can do this? Like,
well, a lot of times, man. Luckily, it depends on. Like I said, I was fortunate enough to have my father in my life, my mother, and people who kind of talked to me and they told me. And then the other men that was around, even my father had his shortcomings, even within the church and other places, I had men who used to really teach me and talk to me and spit that knowledge. And this is another benefit of the show that young men can hear it. And just, I want them to hear the young women who was telling them the type of dude they'll go for and avoid that hoe at all costs. Be like, hey, I'm cool. You're not about to get me after your nigga in the grave or in jail. And even if you don't have no kids, I'm cool. I'm cool because I'm like a backup plan. It didn't even sound like a lesson. It just sounded like I'm about to play it safe. You ain't gonna tell me I'm boring just because I'm about to go out and put thousands on the strip club or buy you bags and all that when I could go buy some investments, grow that shit. Tell you I'm going this business, build generational wealth. If you and your woman can't have that quality type of conversation, this ain't the woman to be with. That ain't the woman to get pregnant. Trust me. And a few of these chicks on the call, all I kept thinking about was like, man, I would feel sick if I had one of them pregnant. Like I would be sick. And it's no disrespect to them, but it's just more so we disagree fundamentally on so many things, and I'm just like, man, it would be fucking horrible. Horrible. And people got the power to vote too. That's what's sad, but that's a whole different subject.
Man, like you, I grew up. I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for my father. I got my parents still married, and it ain't about that. It's about the little things he told me and taught me when I was young, until when I became a young adult, from adolescence to being an adult. Things I didn't even understand. I'm just now looking like Pops really was put me on game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way I am now, I didn't even know that he was molding me. Like me and my brother, we the same way, we the same person, basically. It's because of my pops. And a lot of these cats, like I talk to my nephews and all their friends. I always tell them, stay away from the streets. Cause I think they needed somebody like we needed somebody. I needed my pops to tell me that. I would have been just like got locked up. I would have been locked up. And I think a lot of they see niggas with money. These niggas ain't never gonna tell y'all what's on the other side of that door. Like, why would you you know what's on that side? So why would you let that little dude that's watching you do the same thing you doing? This is your 4th time getting out. You done been locked up 3 times. Like, I won't want nobody to go through that. My kids, my nephews, none of that.
But a lot of times, if we go back to, a lot of times they continue that behavior because they can't go back into society and they used to a certain amount of money. So if they go to a job and be like, well, you making $12 an hour, they can't, to me, they don't, because they jumped the line and they skipped that hard working stage, they can't,
false narrative.
Yeah, they got a false narrative on how it comes to build stuff. And like it comes back to not having the fathers and the men around to really push that true message to be like, this is what you need to do. So when they come back out, bro, they can't go get a normal job. They get mad like, I can't do this, bro. I can't go in this job and make 2,000 every other week, man. Hell nah, bro. It's gonna take me forever, bro. I'm gonna be broke as hell. But when
Right.
you like 19, 20, man, you like shit. I could do this, I could do that. So I'm just fortunate enough that even with you, bro, just hearing that, because we need more men like that and I'm sure you'll be the same way with your sons, man. But hey,
Yeah.
listen, bro, I thank you for being on, man. You had some great insight. Conversation was a little different, but I know that our listeners needed to hear it. Man, anything you want to close with before I let you out?
Nah, man, y'all said it all, man.
Well, that's it, man. All right, buddy. See you,
All right,
man.
bro.
I appreciate
Appreciate
y'all.
you.
No problem.
All right, guys. So you guys heard it for yourself. You heard the feedback. You heard the consensus. And majority on this really kind of fell towards picking the guy with the 40K in the bank. And it could be just the callers that we had in because they were cool on that or with life experiences. But at some point, in some of the callers who are now cool on it was fine with it in the past. And I believe one was actually single now. And it could be many reasons why she is single now. But I think that it kind of dampens her chances of picking that guy with a lot of resources that built it up over time because she possibly chose the bullshit in the past. So this is my message to young women. Take your time. Understand that if you get your young brother, he may not have it all together. Maybe have your fun with him. Pick the older sugar daddy cat and let that be the guy you build with, and maybe take his last name if it's the resources you're going towards. But don't pass up on a young brother because he may not have the resources at the moment. Understand his drive. Understand that just because he may not have nothing doesn't mean he is nothing. Because I'm sure there was plenty of women who look at Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and other people like Mark Zuckerberg and things like that, you know, and be like, oh, I'm cool on, and now I'll be like, damn, I wish I would have just went out to drinks with him and been there when he couldn't do nothing. So understand that you have to look at a man's drive. You have to know his heart, and that it helps to have a father figure in your life or other male figures that's able to help guide you and teach you. Get that uncle, get that cousin, got to sit together and be like, tell you, nah, baby girl, don't do that. Don't go after that man. Have your fun, but understand that there are guys out here who's gonna waste your time, gonna play the streets, and it comes with the territory. But I just want you to understand, if you decide to go that route and choose a street guy, what it may come with. You may lose this man. You may have kids by this man. And we also have to understand you may really love this guy and fall in love with him. And losing anybody and for any reason sucks. Even if they live a lifestyle that deserves it. So you embody that and take on that if you decide to get with that type of man. So that's what I'm closing with, man. Coach D, you wanna let the young ladies know anything, or the young men?
Just for both young men and young ladies, please don't be afraid to ask questions. Understand that there are certain attributes, fundamental attributes that a man must embody. There also are fundamental attributes that a female slash woman should embody. Do not sell yourself short. Always remember that the grass is not greener on the other side.
Hmm.
It always looks fun, but the first three words in a funeral is fun.
Hmm.
So understand, ask questions. If you don't have someone that can mentor you in your immediate household or your immediate circle, family, seek out someone that
And,
can,
and be ready to receive the answer. I know a lot of times you say
yeah,
ask the questions, but
yeah,
be willing to listen to the answers. A lot of times, if just because it ain't what you want to hear, don't mean it ain't what you need to hear. A
yeah,
lot of times they'll hear the answer and be like, "Well, that ain't what I wanted to hear, so I'm not gonna
right.
go for
That
it.
wasn't for me. Yeah,
That
yeah,
wasn't for
it
me.
is
Not
for you.
it is for you." So and we all adults, so you gonna have to live with the consequences. And I like the young lady who talked about that. Hey, even if, remember was the girl Rail said that even if she got with a guy, had kids, and then trying to move on, she understand if a quality guy be like, I'm cool on you, she understand that, and you gonna have to accept that too. So if you play them games, hey, don't be mad if you don't, you be that woman that die old or single, or now you get you a guy you gonna have to take care of. If that's what
Yeah,
you want.
yeah,
That's what you want. And
yeah.
young men, I'm gonna close with this. Young men, don't go for the woman like that. Pass her up. Cool.
It's all right to play no, fellas.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all right. It's all right to play hard to get sometimes.
yeah. The price of not saying no is greater than saying no. So you may have,
Facts.
you may be like, damn, she may got the body of a goddess. Man, avoid her at all costs. Trust me, there's women with the best bodies, beautiful face that'll hold you down and do all that. Sometimes they the diamond in the rough, and in the Bible it talks about finding a good wife is like finding a ruby. So
Yeah,
so don't
he
be
that found a good wife has found a good thing.
yeah, so don't be surprised if it's a little harder for you. Won't come
Yeah.
easy, go easy. Hey, this is the True Leon Army Podcast. Coach Dee and I had a good time with the guests today. So hey, until next time, guys, we'll see you.